All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. It is July 21st here in the great state of Iowa, RAGBRAI week. I'm Nathan
Yes.
Creeps, joined by my co-host, Mr. Bryce Sportschiller. Bryce, welcome back from Wisconsin. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to do a sober pod. A few things happened when we were away on the family trip. One, we had to record early, and that was fun. Got a little tipsy, forgot a few trains of thought, but it was good to get back on the saddle and do that drunk pod. The other thing that happened was that I forgot to promote the show. So anyone that watched, thank you for watching and keeping our viewership at least at a steady 50, because I completely forgot to promote that until 24 hours later. So the vacation definitely got the best of me. I was fully checked out for the first time in a while, but it was very good to have that alone time and just kind of think about other things besides social media.
That's a sobering thought right there. Just getting away from all the technology, going up to Wisconsin. How's the service up there?
It does get better every single year, and I didn't want to risk it for the recording purposes. I know we have trouble here, so it is better every year. I was able to stay in contact, not feel completely disengaged from normal life, but it's a nice break nonetheless because you're always doing something, whether it's boating, fishing, golfing. So yeah, it's the most disconnected I am all year.
So refreshing. So refreshing.
Hmm.
Just like when Logan Paulson was talking about how they had their phones removed from them about a month or something like that in Hawaii. A
Yeah.
little different circumstance between Wisconsin and Hawaii, but
Hmm.
nevertheless, sobering for the mind. And it looks like you did the trifecta, man. You went boating. I'm looking at a nice northern pike you have in your hand right now. We'll get that picture up on YouTube.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get that guy?
That was the first day fishing. We have this little honey hole of northern pike. So technically, it's a chain of lakes. All these lakes seem to connect somehow, some way up there. So we go to this little back bay, and we know kind of like the spawning ground almost. So it's really a cheat code. But it was really the only day we had success. So that was the biggest northern we caught, which I held it up to the camera, made it look a little bit bigger than it actually really is. I think I'd say it's around 20 inches. So we didn't have a lot of success there. But then on the last day, we bought a fishing map, which, this day and age, you can look everything up online. But somehow, some way, those fishermen have not uploaded all the secrets online because they don't want everybody in their fishing spots. So we went old school. We found a map, and then we were just hauling in perch and crappie and bluegill. And I actually got to bring some panfish home. So
I was gonna say,
overall,
were you cleaning the
over
fish? Were you guys eating up there?
yeah, we did do one cleaning day. I'm pretty bad about it. Like, I fish one time a year, and we fish a lot during that week. But that's about it. So when we do catch fish, it's like, oh shit, how do we do this again? We haven't caught fish in a while. So we did get some cleaned. The fillets are not as nice as they probably should be, but I was able to at least bring some of them home.
Nice. Well, hey, I know you're talking down in your northern, but catching northern pike is still catching northern pike.
Either
I
way, it's fun, right?
I've only had one in my life. I was up in Canada and I was reeling in a walleye. And as I was reeling on the
Ooh.
walleye, a pike came right from behind, opened its mouth, snagged on it. So I got both the walleye and the pike, but it's the only one I've ever caught. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that would be fun. And I kind of explained it. Anybody that's been watching, like, we're really not that high up. The latitude is similar to Minneapolis, but the Superior dips so far down that it's a true Northwoods feel, and you're not so far away from Canada. So I would love to keep going further north and escaping modern day living as much as possible. And dude, the pike fishing is great. Like, if you go with somebody that's actually experienced, like, you can have a lot of fun out there on the boat.
well, I was checking your location because I was curious to see where that lake was. And you forget how many freaking lakes are in Wisconsin, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's actually more in Wisconsin than there is in Minnesota. So
Hmm.
Minnesota's hoax for calling themselves, I mean, it's not a hoax, but they are not the lake state. I almost coined freaking Wisconsin as the closer you get
Yes.
to Green Bay, it's ridiculous. And that's why all
So
those lakes are so connected. They're so fucking close to each other.
yeah, this sparked a huge debate on the Midwest versus everybody about a month ago. We posted that Wisconsin actually technically says they have 15,000 compared to Minnesota's like 10 to 11,000. And then all the Minnesotans chimed in and said, well, that's because Wisconsin will classify a pond as a lake. So
Oh,
it's really a different classification. But yeah, you saw there's little glacier ponds everywhere. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's the interesting thing.
That's gotta be such a touchy subject between the two states. I can't
Oh,
even
yeah.
imagine. Oh
Yeah.
man, I'd
Well,
be
it's funny. It's like what we'll find a way to get competitive about everything. That's just human nature, I think. But yeah, it was a pretty heated debate in the comment section. It was fun.
that's definitely something you want to defend that title of having the
Uh
most
huh.
lakes in your state. Oh my God. No matter
Yeah.
what state I'm in, I'm making sure my state was having the most lakes between one of the two.
Yep. Yep.
But outside of
Overall,
yeah,
yeah,
outside
overall, just incredible trip, man. Like every single morning, like I feel good actually because I cut down the drinking. I held my promise to you and the rest of the following. Like I wasn't going to drink as much, so it was like kind of like a cap at 4 or 5 per day. Woke up early every morning to fish or golf, and actually had a pretty good golf round out there. As you can imagine, a lot of pine trees, very tight courses. So you pulled driver like twice throughout the round. But it was a great round, 83. 83 is great for me. And yeah, overall, just awesome week. 24 family members, lots of grilling out, lots of burgers, a lot of cheese curds. I'll throw something up on the screen too. I have a big personal beef with the fact that Culver's calls their cheese curds Wisconsin cheese curds, and they're nothing like anything that you'd get up there. Way, way better when you go to just a dive bar in Wisconsin. I mean, I'll give Culver's credit. You know, you got to make something on a mass level, but that's my personal beef. So lots of grilling, lots of cheese curds, lots of beer. It was great.
but you shot an 83. Is that your low for the year?
It is not my low for the year. I think I have an 81 at Waveland this year.
Okay, shit.
Still searching for that 79. But I've been playing courses that are rated at like 74 to 76. A lot of Glen Oaks and TCI, and I haven't exactly given myself a lot of opportunities to break 80. This course up in Wisconsin was a 71 course rating or slope rating. So a little bit easier, but still a good round. I was happy about it.
Nice. Well, it's a good time to have you back here in Iowa because all the buzz. I'm nowhere near right now, but I can feel the buzz from RAGBRAI. I'm keeping up
Yes.
to date with their RAGBRAI social media, and especially our good friend Scotty, who's up there adventure with the Cedar Falls bicyclist group. Really by
Yep.
himself, kind of. I'm sure he's making friends, but do you have any updates from Scott?
I think he's doing well. I asked him last night how was day one. Sounds like he made the most of every stop. Was drinking a lot of beer, within moderation, of course. You have to be able to pedal still. He said that from the locals, the hack is to take a nap. So he actually took a nap in a small town right before he got to Milford, and then he set up his camp. Sounds like he got rained on day one, but pretty nice night last night, and already today. As we're talking, he's on the road, and it's not so bad. He just dipped out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
So,
So you got rain on in Orange City. So the day before they even started, he's already getting pissed on
yeah.
his tiny little tent. But it's all part of the experience. But he took a nap in between towns. How do you do that? Because you're not going to set your tent up in a town. You're just
So
sleeping on a bench, looking homeless.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he did set up his tent or not. It probably
Well,
would take way too much time.
yeah, I mean, there's so much going on in RAGBRAI. People don't even give a shit what you do, really, to be honest. You know, there's
True. I don't,
people every single corner.
and it sounds like he learned this from somebody else, so it must be a pretty common occurrence, but it would be a funny sight seeing him on the side of the road.
Credit to you if you're able to take a nap with 20,000 people just walking around you. I would just no way. I'd be too juiced up about the trip. But yeah, if you can sneak a nap in, that's huge because it's an all day thing. Full day exercise, full day in the sun,
Yeah.
a full day of partying with a lot of partiers. So credit to Scott.
Sounds like, yeah, dude, I know. It credit to Scott. It is a crazy feat, but it sounds like he's doing okay so far.
Yeah, well, it's glad to have him back in Iowa too. Get a nice little toes dipped up there in Minnesota. I'd be curious to see how that stop was up in Minnesota. See how welcoming they were to RAGBRAI.
So he sent a snap with a filter from Minneota, which is a town of 1,600 that the route went through, and we had to actually look that up because that sounded made up. But
I was gonna say if that's the town name, that's a sweet town name for Minnesota.
yeah, I know.
I like that.
Yeah,
Minneota.
yeah. So I don't know what was the route, like 15 miles in Minnesota? Not a long time, but yeah, he's
It
back
was
in the
quick.
homeland.
Okay, because now I think they're going to Esterville.
Correct.
Is that
Yep.
the stop? And then I believe it's Forest City to Iowa Falls, then to Cedar Falls, Allwine, Gunberg. Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah, and just some breaking news. I met Ben Krieg and Jeremy for lunch yesterday, and we will be heading up to Cedar Falls on Wednesday to prepare for our big stand that we will be setting up. We're actually setting up 2 stands in Cedar Falls for that stop of RAGBRAI.
Jeremy's coming, huh?
Jeremy's still on the fence. He spent a lot of his vacation days in preparation for the big Vegas wedding in September that we're all going to. So he's going to try and swing it. I don't know, but for sure, me and Ben will be road tripping up on Wednesday night.
Good. Yes, I am in the busiest time of the year at my company, so I'm a day by day guy.
Yeah.
And because I'm taking an extra day to go through Iowa Chill Retreat we're doing down in Riverside
Yeah.
next week. So I gave Scott the coin. I'm like, hey, you can for sure have me at RAGBRAI, but I won't be able to do that. He's like, I need you at the team retreat. So I'm
Mhm.
day by day. I've been putting some training in, which sucks, but it is what it is with my company right now. Nonetheless, I'll be out there partying in Cedar Falls when I get home from work. That's for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, it should be a great time. We have a tent set up in Birdsall where we will be giving away some of Walter Farms beef sticks. So hopefully you get a chance to try one of those. I know you've been kind of wanting to get back into the Iowa Chilled Meats game.
Mm.
And then we'll have a main tent where we will be selling T-shirts, and every T-shirt will get you 3 raffle entries. We're giving away like a $1,500 bike from Bike Tech in Cedar Falls. So lots of activity coming on Thursday.
Yeah, this isn't the same bike that Scotty's riding, is it?
It is the same bike.
Oh, that bike is
Very,
sweet.
very nice bike.
That bike is sweet. I saw that in person. They got that thing decked out. It's a good looking bike. It's sexy.
Highly recommend buying a T-shirt, giving yourself the best opportunity
Yeah.
to get that bike because it is really nice.
That's a big
And
deal.
shout out to Bike Tech, man. Like everybody has been awesome about this. So we have long-term partnership with AE Dairy and Atlantic Bottling Company, the distribution company for Coca-Cola products here in the state of Iowa, and Bike Tech. Just incredible sponsorship and support for Scotty B and his trip across the state, and for the tent as we're in Cedar Falls.
Cool. I can't wait to keep up to date with RAGBRAIs and moves throughout the state, but I was busy myself this weekend, Bryce.
Yes, yes. Okay, give me the rundown. You did some landscaping?
Yeah, we finally had a weekend where I wasn't in a golf tournament or some type of wedding or family activity, so it was landscaping time. But we brought in the big guns, my parent in-laws, and who know a little bit more about it than ourselves do, and then the newly engaged brother, my brother who just got engaged this
Speaking of
weekend.
Colbster,
His
yeah.
girlfriend Mia, that was awesome, and got engaged downtown at the Iowa Chill office,
Yeah.
and this Friday. So cool. We celebrated that night. Yeah, we were also 2 in the morning that night too. I was racing some random guy in the street. I don't know if I sent you that snap.
I
Beat him,
don't think you did. That's
beat him,
awesome.
beat him though. But anyways, yeah, we're out till 2 in the morning. So we had a long day ahead of us the next day. Yeah, we took out some of our. So right in our garden, and the bedrock's right in front of our house. We got the pictures right here. Took out some of the lining. We put in some brick pavers, and it's a pretty easy project, but it's so simple, but it looks so nice once it's finished.
Oh
You
man, it
know,
looks great.
it just brings new life to the garden. So we did that up front, and we did it down low. We had a pretty good team of Colby, me, and I dig it, and then them three would follow us with bricks and leveling sand, and got it put
Yeah.
together. So we got some landscaping done.
Got a lot of work done in a day.
Yeah, we
And a
did.
hungover day nonetheless.
Yeah, we sweated everything out, which was kind of nice.
Cool. I did the little swipe up, so I'll remember to put that photo in because it's worth showing. It looks nice. And every good house has to be capped off with a little landscaping. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Well, we were gonna try and do more the next day, and we got downpoured again. It rained each day, and then the day we did it, digging was a muddy mess already. So we had another inch and a half rain on top of that. We said screw it, so we went golfing in Fredericksburg, Iowa. I think it's Fredericksburg. I don't know, southeast of New Hampton.
Yes, that sounds right.
Okay.
Yep.
So I went there, had a good time, golfed it out. So it was a good weekend. Good weekend.
Great
And-
weekend. And again, we almost glossed it over, but congratulations to your brother Colby. Colbster is like one of the Class A men of Iowa society, and I don't know a better way to describe it other than he's a class act, and he deserves the world. And I love the Colbster, and I'm very, very happy for him, and of course Mia.
Yeah, good wish from you there. He'll be glad to hear that because he's always listening to the podcast. We'll make sure to. He's going to be doing RAGBRAI. Did you know that?
I did know that.
So he has a bike
at
to single freaking mile, but he's got a Peloton at home. He's been biking on. He's like, well, I get
Okay.
4 or 5 miles in.
Mhm.
Man, you got
That's,
to bump that up to 40.
Colby's athletic, and I don't worry about him too much if the weather holds up. I think that there's a chance of thunderstorms. It's not going to be over 85, I don't think, that day. So I do think that Colby will be okay, but you would love to get a couple miles in before you do that trek.
Yeah, we're talking about the trip from Iowa Falls to Cedar Falls, which I think is like one of the easiest routes in RAGBRAI
Very
history.
flat.
So if
Yes.
there's a day to jump on cold turkey, that's the day. But I still tried recommending him, like, bro, get some miles in. But
Oh,
we'll
man,
see.
we said that too. At one point, they said that about Ames to Des Moines, one of the easiest, shortest routes that you could possibly do, and I was still cramping up at mile 28 or 30, whatever it was. He'll be fine.
Bryce, we've been doing our segment with which Iowan would you want to have a beer with, and we are finally getting down to the elimination rounds. So we've gone through all the Iowans. You have selected one Iowan out of three Iowans each week, and
Mm-hmm.
now we're going to keep moving forward in the bracket here. So this is our first name repeats. Bryce, and the Iowan comes up to your door. You can only have one beer with one of them. Which Iowan you're choosing? Is it A, Keith Murphy, B, Sean Johnson, or C, Kirk Ferentz?
This is going to get tougher every week because the lists have already been great and it's been hard to choose. And now we're picking between some of our favorites. So I'm picturing if one of these people came up to us on Thursday and was like, hey, I just finished RAGBRAI, need a cold beer. Do you got one? I'd love to sit with you for 15 minutes, finish off that beer. Here's the deal. I've had a beer recently with Keith Murphy at the Bacon Fest in Des Moines, and it was an awesome beer. But that being said, that's checked off my bucket list. So sorry, Keith, you're crossed off. Sean Johnson and Kirk Ferentz is so freaking tough. I said back in the day when we first had Sean on the list that I would love to hear about her time in Beijing. She brought a lot of good publicity to the state of Iowa during those Olympics. But I love football, and I'm going to go with Kirk Ferentz.
I would agree with you on this one because I don't know if you're here. I'm sure the weather was somewhat similar up in Wisconsin. On Thursday, it was like a 50-degree warning. It felt like football season out.
Mm-hmm.
You're post 4th of July. I'm now 8 podcasts deep in about Iowa football, and I have the football feels, man. There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
I'm more excited for in life than football. So give me Kirk Ferentz. Let's talk some
Mm-hmm.
football. Let's get ready for late August, early September kickoff.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, the first time Kirk was on the list, we were like, this guy's he's the longest tenured Big Ten coach. He might be the most tenured coach in all of college football, if I'm not mistaken. So
Oh,
many memories. Yeah. I mean, this guy has a lot to share when it comes to the football field, and that would be an
so
awesome beer.
Kirk Ferentz, congratulations. You advanced to the next round. We can't wait to potentially have this beer with you at the end of this segment. Bryce, when RAGBRAI week is here, we know it's going to be hot as balls.
Mm-hmm.
There's
No
Death
matter what.
Taxes,
Mm-hmm.
RAGBRAI heat. And taking a look at the weather here, it is going to get warmer. It's going to be like mid 90s, it looks like, throughout the state of Iowa
Mm-hmm.
as the week progresses. We're going to be looking at July 21st weather records here in Des Moines, Iowa. Today, you guys got a high of 86. Weather record for the highest temperature ever recorded in Des Moines was set back in 1934, of course, 109 degrees. Lowest was set back in 1947 at 51 degrees. Most precipitation, 1.74 inches, 1961. Man, we really tried to break that precipitation record here for the last week straight every single day. We've gotten our rain. So farmers are happy right now. A little bit more sunshine to keep those babies growing. An average high of 86 degrees. So yeah, we're going to see
Right
this
on par.
temperature keep climbing as we get closer to the August and throughout August. August sucks.
It was a rude awakening coming back from the Northwoods to the humidity again. And I had said, like, right before I left, I had gotten used to it, and it took me like one day to get used to the dry air and the crisp, cool pines. But hey, I'm gonna grind and get used to this weather because it's not going away for at least another month.
It's guys, this. Oh, I hate August, dude. This makes me sweat and feel so uncomfortable. That's why I don't. Later in this episode, we're ranking our top 5 fair foods and top 5 county fairs in the state of Iowa. I don't really care for fairs because they go throughout the month of August, and I hate August because I just want football season at that time. But we're not in August yet, Bryce, because we are still talking about July 21st, today's date, and looking back at history here. This is a cool story. On July 21st, 1873, the Jesse James and the James Younger Gang carried out the first successful train robbery in America Old West that took place in Adair, Iowa. The gang derailed the train using a spike bar and hammer, then robbed the passengers and the train safe, resulting in the death of the engineer, a fireman, and injuries on board.
Jesse James was a bad man, wasn't
Savage,
he? Mm-hmm.
taking down a train.
It's hard to celebrate crimes being committed, but Jesse James' lore is just awesome. Pretty cool that he's connected to Adair, Iowa in some way. Old school, little spike bar and hammer, eh?
Yeah, God, I don't know. If you get 100 years past a crime, you can look back on it and say that's pretty cool.
Yeah, true. I mean, anybody affected is so far removed from current day that now you can just look back and be like, that's sweet.
Yeah. So cool story. Yet again, another cool story on the
Hmm.
podcast today. I love that. Keeping up. Let's jump into Iowa news because we have more cool stories, Bryce. The Iowa team wins the 2025 Granny Basketball National Champions. Yep, Bryce, you heard that right. The Sizzling Bees of Iowa won the 2025 Granny Basketball Championship in Fort Worth, Texas. The championship game was played against the Harpers Ferry Fireflies. The Sizzling Bees won 41-35.
Barn burner, 41 points in the championship.
That's actually more than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's impressive from the Grannies.
God, I mean, you look at them. I mean, yeah, they're clearly grandmas, but those chicks are in shape.
Oh yeah,
I don't even
They're-
fucking play basketball anymore. I'm 30, and they look better than me.
they look like legit ballers, and I want to just send out some congratulations to those gals.
I didn't. When I was diving more into the story, I think the Sizzling Bees are a freaking dynasty. They have like
Are they?
4 championships here in the last like decade or something crazy like that. So it's no surprising story. Just another year of domination from the Sizzling Bees. So shout out to you for representing the state of Iowa. We love it.
I don't know about you, but this is the first time I'm hearing about the Granny Basketball Association, and I feel like it deserves a little bit more coverage.
This is your first time hearing about this championship?
It is, yeah.
I saw it posted on Iowa Chill, and now I look more into it. It's been kind of everywhere throughout the news medias. But yeah, no, they definitely deserve more coverage, baby. Come on now. This is a dynasty being put together. I'm all for it.
Is it more women's basketball getting exposure because of Caitlin Clark? I have a hard feel, like a strong feeling that it has to be somehow related to CC.
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. And even with one of the worst All-Star games I've ever watched in my life this weekend, did you watch that of Caitlin Clark?
No, I was spared. We were driving back Saturday night, and we were exhausted, so we went right to bed. But I heard it was not so great.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, obviously, Caitlin didn't play. She's also out of the 3-point contest and the game itself. But
Uh-huh.
oh my God, they have a 4-point like line. You know, it's I think it was the AT&T logo. It's a little circle. Each side of the court has 2 of them, so it's 4 total. And it's just a couple of feet behind the 3-point line, and a circle, blue circle, you got to shoot from to make a 4-pointer, and that's all they did. They just kept fucking chucking it up from there. And if you thought the NBA All Star was bad, this was one of the worst things I've ever watched.
Yeah, All-Star games have really been under scrutiny for a lot of years in men's and women's sports. And I did catch a few highlights, I suppose, but it's one of those things where it's so cringe to watch that I have to scroll right away. So that's as much as I saw was a couple hesitation moves and some long bomb chucks. So
The only thing cool about All Star Weekend is 3-point contests and then the dunk contest for the men's. And that's the only thing I give a shit about.
yeah, Mac McClung has been carrying that dunk contest for men's. And then, dude, they have to get Caitlin Clark in that 3-point contest. That would make NBA All-Star Weekend amazing.
She purposely sat out this year's NBA All Star because she's like, no, I'm saving it for Indianapolis WNBA All Star 3-point contest. And she's just got a nagging injury. We don't know what's going on. There might be more to it, but hopefully she can get back to herself because she's nothing like herself right now. And
No, I've seen that. Low 3-point percentage, low field goal percentage.
Dude,
She's doing everything else pretty well, but
at one point she was 1 for 36 from 3 on the road. That might be the worst stat I've ever heard.
especially from her.
36. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, especially from Caitlin. So
I have no doubt she'll turn it around, but it's one of those things. Like if your body doesn't feel right, you're toast.
No, and she's getting more pressure from any defender than any other player in the WNBA. So it's just stacking up on top of her. So hopefully she can get some rest here and get 100% getting out back on the court. Bryce, you weren't the only one catching fish this weekend, man, again, because a Sioux City man catches a world record muskie. Yeah,
I was looking into this. I saw that you had it on the show notes, and very top of mind. We found a couple muskie spots. We didn't have any luck. Never have. Middle of July. It's not a great time to catch muskie unless you're this guy. This is insane.
This guy is officially part of the Muskie Club. It would have been a very elite club to be a part of. One day I hope to be a part of that club. But Sioux City native Dustin Woolworth reeled in a rare multicolored muskie at the Sioux Lookout area in Ontario, Canada. The 25-minute battle with a fish that weighed over 45 pounds and measured 53 inches on a 6-pound test. Yes, it's not the largest muskie ever caught, but apparently it was an unofficial line class world record caught on 6-pound test. So I'm not trying to steal my man's glory. That's a big ass fish he's got in front of his hand. But that stat right there is like, oh, David Montgomery is the first person to ever rush for 89 yards on October 31st while your mom makes you chicken noodle soup.
Correct. Yeah, it's one of those stats that they pull out from Amazon now because they can track everything, and it seems made up. But for reference, the average muskie that size is around 30 to 40 pounds. So that's an insane amount of weight to have on a 6-pound test. So, I mean, for anyone that fishes, you get it. For anyone that doesn't, it's like pulling up a bowling ball with like a piece of yarn. Like it's just like it's insane.
Yeah,
It's a great catch.
That thing is a monster. If you've ever seen Jeremy Wayne, is it Jeremy Wayne?
Yeah, no, Jeremy Wade. Yeah,
Jeremy Wayne.
Yep.
Wayne's our friend. Jeremy Wade, yeah, from River Monsters. That looks like something he would freaking catch.
Yeah, I think he did actually catch something up in northern USA. I don't remember where he was at, but he caught a muskie, I believe. Yeah,
Cool.
that's great catch from this young man. He looks to be very, very happy, and I would be too. That's something I agree with you, man. If we could catch a muskie sometime, that's all I need. I probably would quit fishing. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
That's all I would need.
There's some notorious clubs out there and members like you got the Freemasons, you got some Colts, and then there's the Muskie Club.
Yeah.
I would love to be part of the Muskie Club.
That's the fishing cult for sure. You get in the fishing hall of fame if you caught a muskie.
The type of secrets that are going on inside that club, I can only imagine. But that's kind of wrapping up Iowa news. I know I didn't put this on here, but did you hear about this plane that took off from Omaha and had to do an emergency landing in Cedar Rapids?
I did. So there was two crazy plane things that happened. My aunt was kind of breaking the news to us. We're like I said, not really in the know of things when we were up there, but she had heard about this plane. Can you go into more detail? It was like on a flight from somewhere and then had to do an emergency landing in Omaha, right?
So I've briefly kind of looked into it. So everyone do not attack me for what I'm about to quote here, but I believe this plane took off from Omaha, was en route to Detroit, and basically
Yes.
almost as soon as they got up in the air, I would assume so because Cedar Rapids shouldn't be too far of a flight from Omaha. A passenger opened up the emergency door exit. And
Yes. Okay. It's coming back to me now. Yes.
yes. And then I don't know exactly what happened from there. I'm assuming that chaos broke out loose on the deck, and they had to take down this guy. I don't know if it was passengers or crew members or a collective
Crew
effort.
members
Nice.
took him down, got him restrained somehow, and then the emergency landing in CR.
And then where the police were waiting for him. First, that's crazy that, with all this plane shit going on, passengers can just open up an emergency door. I get it. You want to have access to it in case of an emergency, but like this dude, you tell me this dude I've never met in my entire life, God knows his history, God knows what he's been through here in this last week, sitting to my left, can just open up this door while I'm 30,000 feet up in the air.
Yeah, it's I envy every once in a while the people that can fly private, because you were hopping on that plane with complete strangers more times than not.
There needs to be like a button in the main cabin where the pilots are, if emergency is about to happen or there any indication of an emergency taking place, or there should be like a natural switch that would just take place in the plane where it then unlocks the emergency door for the passenger to unlock. So that way they just can't freaking open it whenever the hell they feel like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I didn't look into this too much. I don't know how far along he got. I feel like you can't open the door.
You don't think he
once it's
opened
locked,
it?
it's locked. No, I don't think so.
We're not sure if this guy completely opened the door. He just tried opening it.
Yeah, I'm not going to spare the I'm going to spare the audience to look up test,
Yes.
but I believe he was restrained before even getting close to it. And what I remember is like you kind of lock the door. Like once they close the door, you can't get in obviously from the airport, and I don't think you can get out. But I don't know.
Then what's the purpose of the emergency door?
I don't fucking know. That's true. So it would have been like one of those exit rows. Maybe they unlock it. Like when there's an emergency, maybe they do unlock it. I'm not sure.
But there shouldn't have been an emergency. I don't think there was an emergency up there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. There's so much plane shit going on this year. It's hard to keep up with it all.
It is, especially when you're in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Crazy story though. Anytime there's an emergency landing, that's wild, and it happened in our own back door.
You said there's two plane stories?
Yeah, and I forget the other one. Something a little bit.
I remember seeing something about another one too.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a weird year, and I've looked it up a couple times. There's not technically more crashes this year. There's been more crashes reported, and maybe they've been more severe. But technically, it's kind of like under the amount of what is the median of crashes or the average amount of crashes for the year. But it does
Well,
feel like this stuff is in the news constantly.
there was that massive plane that killed everybody on board in India. I think like 300 some people, but one guy who's famous for sitting in 11A, I believe,
Yeah.
escaped that one. And then obviously I think it was American Airlines that went from Wichita that crashed in Washington D.C. that hit that Army helicopter or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
bigger crashes,
Bigger crashes, yeah.
which is reason the spark of news for it.
Yeah. Well, Nate, here's what I'd like to do. We talked back and forth. I did end up rating my county fairs, which is our top 5 segment this week, correct?
Yep.
But I also want to throw a little bit of the state fair foods on there. For anyone that's excited about the fair, for anyone that can bear the heat. I know that last year was really nice, a lot of days in the 70s, but it's not always the case. It can be that hot, muggy, fair weather. But the Iowa State Fair just announced their finalists for the best fair food, and I've got them on the sheet here. I'll throw them up on the screen as we kind of talk through them, but wanted to congratulate and shed a little light on what people can look forward to in the fair this year. The first new fair food in the top 3 finalists is from What You Smokin' Barbecue, an awesome barbecue spot up in Luther, Iowa. You should go if you get the chance. It's called the Three Little Pigs. As you can see in this little photo, the top is called the corn dog, the middle is the soda fountain, and the bottom is the funnel cake. And these are all plays on a handball. The corn dog is drizzled in mustard and cornbread crumble. The middle soda fountain is a take on the old school maraschino cherry. So it's glazed in maraschino cherry. And then the bottom one is a vanilla glaze with powder sugar finish. Would you try this food?
Oh my god, dude, that's so much going on. Here's my
It's a
thing.
ton.
I would try it. The
Hmm.
reason why so post 4th of July, I know I was bitching about all the fried food I had, right? I felt like
Yes.
shit. I had the
Yeah.
meat sweats. Now you get to August, and I've been eating fried food all freaking summer long. It's August, hottest part of the summer, and I'm gonna put even more ridiculous meat inside of me. I know some
Yeah.
Iowans are gonna be thinking, "What the hell is wrong with this kid? That's what we're built off." That's cool. I mean, if I could eat it in November, that's a different story. Where my body's cooled down, I've gotten a little break from some fried food. I would
Yeah.
definitely enjoy my experience a little bit more instead of being 110 degrees out, sweating my balls off, and then pitting the shit inside of me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I haven't had all of the years of the best fair food. I did have the 2023 winner, which was a fried grilled cheese brisket mac and cheese, and
That's
it's
brisket. I can eat no matter where, no matter the
no
temperature.
matter what it is,
I'll eat brisket.
and it was delicious. But holy shit, you feel like you have a brick in your stomach after you're done eating it. Very, very good though. So I'm going to move on down to the second one. This one, I'm not sure if it's going to be as heavy. We've got Win and Sarah's Bacon Ranch Egg Roll, and it's pretty much exactly what you would think. An egg roll with bacon, the usual like cabbage, and then a little drizzle of ranch on the top. Could you handle this one?
No, there's no way.
Not my style either. I don't love ranch. Egg rolls are kind of like mid tier to me. This is not.
Egg rolls
This one's
scare
not for me.
I like eggs, but when you put the roll in at the end of the egg, it just creeps me out for some reason.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, another reason I can't handle this food is, my bowels.
Yeah, there's a
There's a
lot going
whole,
on.
it's a whole war getting inside of you, let alone what I have to experience trying to get it out of me. And
Yeah.
that's always an adventure for anything I eat.
Well, this one, after you've taken a dive into the handballs and the egg rolls, you can top it off with a scotcheroo shake
That-
from over the top.
That
This looks
better.
awesome.
That looks much better.
It does look like a lactose intolerant person's worst nightmare, but this thing is a peanut butter and butterscotch ice cream with scotcheroo chunks and chocolate drizzle. Looks incredible.
I don't care.
Like I said, I hope some people can try this stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to handle all of that in one day.
I don't care how much lactose intolerant anybody has in their body. You eat this. It looks delicious, especially in a hot summer day. I want that.
Where would you rank the scotcheroo on the dessert list?
Just what dessert list? Like
If
a
you
fair
if you
dessert
had
list, all-time dessert list?
let's say you have a buffet style of every dessert that you've ever had on a table, where are you ranking that scotcheroo?
I am so I when I get ice cream, I typically just get chocolate, vanilla. If I'm
Hmm.
feeling crazy, I'll get cookie dough. That doesn't mean I don't like the other kinds. I'm just pretty simple about it. Um, because ice cream can become a lot when you got a whole bunch of
Hmm.
shit inside of it, and I don't want my ice cream to become a whole lot. So I'll pick the Scotcheroon just because for look wise, my God, it might be number one look wise.
Hmm.
But if I had to eat it, I'd probably put an order 4 or 5 for me. I'm just a straight vanilla guy.
Okay, yeah.
Vanilla
What if
shake.
it's just the regular Scotcheroo bar? Where does that rank on your dessert list? Would you take a cupcake, cookie, regular birthday cake, puppy chow? Everything, pastries.
Homemade puppy chow is probably number one. Homemade Scotcheroo is probably number two, and then a homemade chocolate chip cookie number three.
No, man, there's nothing better than a warm chocolate chip cookie. I do like the Scotcheroo. It doesn't rank super high on my
Yeah, I
list.
love Scotcheroos. If they're homemade, I don't like going to like a grocery store or like a convenience store or gas
Agreed.
station picking them
Totally
up.
agree.
Yeah, I mean they're fine, but homemade, they're made with love.
Yep, 100%. So that is the top three finalists. I believe that the first couple days there's official food reviewers that go in and try everything, so you'll eventually get to know the finalists. If that happens before, maybe we'll share it. And I think we
I
hope to have Emma Martinson come by and do a little food review of all these things and post a
yeah,
little something to Iowa Show.
I saw Iowa everywhere. They went and tried a bunch of these foods, and I just mean
Hmm.
everything they pulled up. Like this is absolutely ridiculous, but that's why
Yeah.
you love it. It's innovative,
Hmm.
it's creative, it's something different, and there's a hobby out there for people who enjoy that, and good for them.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
All right,
Okay.
we're gonna be ranking our top 5 county fairs here in the state of Iowa. And spoiler, one of the 5 will be the Iowa State Fair, just because Bryce and I have probably been to 1 or 2 fairs in our entire life. We're gonna rank these as
Correct.
best as we possibly can, and from Google's help, and just from notoriety and popularity. So,
Yeah.
Bryce, let me get my list up here. My number 5 is the Lee County Fair, strictly just because it's Iowa's oldest fair, right down there in Keokuk area. It's not in Keokuk, but it's the same county as Keokuk, I believe. Lee, far bottom right of Iowa.
Hmm.
History, man. Something's got to start somewhere, and that's what Lee County Fair did. So, congratulations, be the oldest continuous running fair.
That's awesome. I've actually never been to this fair that's on my list. It's the Marion County Fair, but it was my hometown one. Um, we were going to go. I got sick, and so we didn't go. But it looked like a lot of fun. So from the exterior, it looked awesome. I didn't end up getting to go, but it was shout out to Marion County, my hometown. I'll follow it back with Dallas County Fair. These guys are on there again because it's close in proximity. I did not have a chance to go this year. I stopped by last year. Great animal selection, the corn pit, and decent concerts. I forget who we saw. Decent little band though, and just a great environment over there in Adel.
That's what usually makes or breaks a fair too, is the entertainment that's coming in.
Hmm.
My number 4, Bryce, is one. If you Google top fairs in Iowa, this one comes up as one of the top fairs in the country. It's the Clay County Fair.
Hmm.
And the reason I put it at number 4 is because it's being hosted on September 6th. By then, I'm done with fair shit. It's football season.
Oh yeah.
You're out here
Well,
hosting a freaking fair in September up there in Spencer, Iowa. It's always been, people have always talked about it. They love it. I freaking get it. It's one of the biggest fairs in the Midwest. But man, September, quit that bullshit. It's football season.
dude,
Do
and
your
this
fair
year,
shit in July or August.
if I'm not mistaken, that falls right on Cyhawk game this year.
Stupid. It
That's a
should.
terrible time for a fair.
It might be just after, because I know we
Okay.
fly out on 9/11 to go
Yes.
to Las Vegas, and that week. Well, shit, you might be right. Thursday. Fuck. You might be right. That might be fucking. Yeah.
Terrible time for a fair.
Oh my god, even worse. How do you know what? I might kick him out of my top 5. I've always hated that fair because it's always been so freaking late. Pisses me off.
Yeah, so Iowa State Fair ends up being right at the beginning or middle of August every year. The Minnesota State Fair, which is like one of the biggest fairs in the entire country, is in September too, and I've never understood that. Seems like fairs should be in August thing.
See, if Minnesotans are doing, it's not cool.
Yeah, it's
So we
goofy.
shouldn't be. Yeah. I think I'm falling back for my number 3. Number 3 is just a good old classic county fair. It's the Kossuth
Yep.
County Fair. Um, and Kossuth, the largest county in Iowa with probably one of the smallest populations. So it's hillbilly shit that's built perfectly for a fair. And I always had a good time going up to it. Nothing crazy, but it wasn't boring. They had some of the best chicken and biscuits made in the state. It's the Catholic stand chicken and biscuits, and that's the only reason I'd go there. Crack, cocaine, so delicious.
Love it. Here's the thing. It feels like we might be being biased, but at the same time, like, do people even go to county fairs unless you're like within 20, 30, 40 miles?
Unless if you got
Like,
pigs on your, people got pigs on the farm, like to show their
yeah,
pigs and
yeah, that's true. That's
cows and
true.
shit.
FFA and show people probably, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, personally, I had to throw some of these hometown ones, and I'm going to go right back to it. I'm going to go to the Sioux County Fair. When I was a kid, I wrestled a pig at the Sioux County Fair, and it was awesome.
That's a cool experience.
It was great.
Um,
You're in the mud, you're in your blue jeans and t-shirt, and you're wrestling little baby pigs. It was great.
Yeah, and I guess if I'm looking back at my childhood history, I bought my two first bunnies from the fair,
Oh
and that was
yes,
something that was seeing some animals there. You can bunnies, cows,
yeah, things, yeah, just animals.
some
Yeah.
animals.
So that was at Kasuth.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, that definitely got to have that on the list. That's great.
We at your number two?
My number 2 is the Grundy County Fair up in Grundy Center.
Is Grundy a freaking county?
Yeah, pretty sure. If not, I'm gonna edit myself really quickly. Grundy Center County.
Grundy County, Iowa, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Grundy County Fair. I went to this 5 years ago. I got back from Wisconsin. Me and Darian had just started dating, and we went to the Grundy County Fair, and it was awesome. The demolition derby was incredible. Not really sure. I think it was a friend of Darian's that wanted to go, and I'm like, I am so hungover from this trip, but I haven't seen you in like 9 days, so let's go do it. It was great. One of the best demolition derbies I've ever seen.
That's another great part of the fairs. Back up in the Kasuth County Fair, they have the racetrack, obviously, dirt track racing. I love it. Sometimes they bring like monster trucks and like buses, and they do
Yep.
some demolition and stuff like that. That's always fantastic.
Yeah, that year at Grundy County, they had a monster truck that would smash school buses, and it was awesome.
All right, Bryce. My number two is the Iowa State Fair. It actually.
Oh.
Well, you know me. You know it shouldn't even. I can't believe you're even surprised it made my top five.
I
Because
am surprised. You
I
hate the
hate-
fair.
I hate the Iowa State Fair. I hate it. You know what? I don't even know why. I put it on here just so I can bash it, I think. Because it's the middle of August. You're fed up with summer. You've ate more food than you can ever imagine putting in your body throughout the course of 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably 110. It's probably 100 degrees flat there. You probably parked 30 freaking minutes away, had to walk an hour. Billion people around you to the left, to your right. Everything's $1 million,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you're just hot and miserable.
Yeah.
And you're looking at
Yeah.
the butter cow.
You have listed only facts in your list of hates against the Iowa State Fair. Your grievance list against the fair, and I can't disagree with any of that. I do love it. I love the food. I love the sky lift. I love
That's
going
the
to see
best
the
part.
butter cow.
The best part's the ski lift.
Yep, I love going to get the AC and checking out the showroom. I love the Barksdale cookies.
You don't love
I
it.
love the honey sticks.
You don't fucking love it. There's no way.
I love going to the grandstand and watching T-Pain, which I wish we could do, but we're going to go to Scott and Dusty's wedding this year. I totally get it. It's a lot of people. It's hot. It's sweaty. It smells bad. But there's something to it. It has a flair of Iowa elegance, even if that's elegance is covered in cow poop and horse poop.
Yeah. It's Iowan, so I respect it. I'm gonna take some heat for this. There's no doubt in my mind about it. Rightfully so. Defend that.
Well,
shit.
yeah, and it's not a county.
No. No, that's
But,
just
yeah.
we're bad at ranking shit. But number one, without a doubt,
Jones County.
the Great Jones County Fair.
Mm-hmm. Has to be on there.
I mean, I've never been to it,
Oh, you okay?
Never
All right.
but I've heard enough of it. I've seen
Yeah.
enough of it. I've heard enough of it.
Yep.
It's by far the
Yes,
greatest
Jones
thing.
County Fair, just
great.
outside of Makokata. Great concerts every year. I believe Kid Rock was just there this past weekend.
The concerts are unreal with the names that get there. I remember saying it every single year. I'm like, what? This guy's there? What?
Yeah.
You
Had
know?
Pitbull the last couple of years. We went, I believe, in the year of 2022, and it was supposed to be a Sugarland concert, and they, I believe, had flight trouble. So Three Doors Down was called on an emergency concert, and Three Doors Down still can frickin' rock, man. That was a sick concert. The best part about it is you're sitting either in the amphitheater or on the side of a hill, and you can basically watch for free. So if you buy the ticket to the fair, you can sit on the side of the hill and you still have a great view of the grandstand. So I had a great time. The food was awesome. We set up our little vendor tent. I would go back. I haven't, but I will.
There's just a different vibe to it. My coworker every year gets a party bus of his friends to shuttle him over from Cedar Rapids to the Great Jones County Fair. So I'm like, damn, that's different. No one else is doing it for any other fair.
Yeah, very unique. Usually really country oriented, but not always. You can bring in all kinds of musical acts, apparently, when you're the Great Jones County Fair.
Where are they getting this money from? Rich farmers?
I don't know.
No, just like the party?
From what I remember, yeah, I believe so, honestly. I think it's really subsidized in a lot of ways by, obviously, the people that go, but, the people around the town, because it wasn't very expensive to get into the fair, if I remember right.
Cool. Yeah, there's rightfully deserved number one ranking there for the Great Jones County Fair. So
I think that wraps it up, right? Like we didn't know a whole lot about county fairs, but we frickin' did it.
Yeah, I mean, we had to do it. It was fair season. Let's just do it and get it done with, and that's our best effort right there, people.
Yeah. On these Iowa summer nights when there's not a lot to do, why not go out to a county fair, catch some live music, eat some terrible food, feel terrible. It just feels Iowan, just to have a rock.
That's why I say I respect it.
The corn dogs. Are you a corn dog fan?
No, I fucking hate corn dogs.
Oh man, yeah. Just fairs are not for you, man. Just not for you.
I like fried donuts. Fried donuts are really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you can find some of that. What about funnel cake?
Yeah, funnel cake's good too.
Okay. See, I'm not a big fan of those, but I know people are. Yeah, it's fair season. Iowa State Fair coming up. And we got through that list. We've had a few of these where we have not known a lot about the topic, but we grind our way through it.
Well, nonetheless, I'll be seeing you at least twice this week, it sounds like.
Yeah.
We're in a golf tournament Saturday. We're still looking for a fourth.
Yep.
We were waiting here.
John Thompson is out. He is out.
Okay.
He's got a member guest or something.
Okay, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start recruiting some big hitters.
So I'm assuming Chris Loss already playing.
Yep, we might be playing with them.
I'm assuming the. Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. The recently engaged Colby Creeps is busy, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we're running out of, we need our really solid fourth member.
Yeah, we need the ace. And we have a pretty good group put together. We just need that one ace guy. And I got a few names in the book, so I'm going to go reach out to these guys now.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, be up for RAGBRAI, staying all weekend. Lots of Cedar Falls time coming up. It's a fun show. Thanks for anybody that was watching.
Have a great week, everyone.